Hey guys, it's SJ. Happy Baby Name Monday and a massive welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name's SJ and I do baby name lists here on my channel every single week. So there's vintage names, there's seasonal names, there's boy names, girl names, hipster names, cool names, all sorts. And they are all linked in the description box below. You can go and watch as many as you like. Today's video is one of your top requests, which is autumn baby names. I think everyone loves autumn. It is such a gorgeous, gorgeous season, and it's got loads of things associated with it, like from nature associations, from colours, from like spices and food as well. So I have got a gorgeous list of rare names, unique names that are really associated with autumn. So I'm going to go through them. There's boys and girls. A lot of these are like gender neutral as well. I could use for any, and I hope you find something that you love. Don't forget to let me know which one you love the most in the comment section below and add to this list as well. So number 10 is an Irish name, and it is the name Orla. So probably the most popular one on this list today is at number 86 here in the UK, and it's very, very, very well known. It's very wearable. Olivia is our top baby name in the UK and has been for years. So if you love Olivia but it's been pinched by somebody, or the millions of people who are choosing the name Olivia, then Orla could be an absolutely lovely alternative. I think it sounds so pretty. I love the simplicity of this spelling as well, and with Irish names being quite hard to spell, this one is a really, really simple one, and it's an autumn name because it means golden princess. So how lovely is that? I just think that that is so beautiful, and the golden colour seems gorgeous for a little girl. Everything I am buying, I'm obsessed with mustard. Obsessed at the moment. So I really, really love it. What do you think of the name Orla? First up for boys for autumn is the name Heath. I'm a real fan of the name Heath. I think that with Hunter being one of the most popularly rising boy names, and Theodore as well, Heath is perfect because it's got the TH from Theodore and it's got that outdoorsy ruggedness of Hunter. Last week's was the most popularly trending names for boys in the UK. You can head and watch that. Heath isn't one of them. It's at number 520 still, but we all know it mainly from the actor Heath Ledger, who was sadly passed away now. Yeah, so it meant somebody who lives near a heath, which is like an outdoor woodland unspoilt area. So it's got to me that feeling of, like, you know, like somebody being really rugged and walking across the heath and the moors, and a kind of a very romantic Jane Austen era guy. But I really love the name. It's really, really soft. The only thing with this name is I have a friend with a little boy named Heath, and he quite often gets mistook for Keith, which is a whole different type of name, not the vibe he was going for. But I love the name Heath. For girls, what do you think of the name Maple? Yes, Maple, not Mabel. I really think it is gorgeous, and I know one of our viewers has a baby named Maple, and I think it is absolutely stunning. It was unranked recently, but there were 5 babies named Maple last year, but it's still only at number 3,984. But we are getting more daring with our names, so maybe Maple is going to see it coming up, because it hits on that trend of food names as well, but it is a tree name, and the sap from the tree is sweet and is often used to make the syrups. But it fits really well for autumn because of its tree name association. So the maple is of course the symbol of Canada, the maple leaf with its gorgeous colours, and it symbolises unity, tolerance and peace, which are also lovely virtues to bestow on a child as well. So I think it's a really, really interesting name. Next up is the name Flint for boys. There were 7 baby boys named Flint last year, and it's so similar to Flynn and Finn, which are really, really popular, and I think Flint just sounds really good, like it's a strong, solid name. It's got a bit of surname as first name, cool. It sounds like it's a bit of a New York Adazek, Flint. But it refers to a spark of life when you know, put 2 stones together. So it's a really, really cool sort of naturey one that feels really right for autumn. The actual meaning of it in Old English is stream. So it's got those 2 kind of nature meanings, which is really, really cool and quite unusual to find. Flint was the name of the boy in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So it could be one that kids are really, really familiar with as well. And I just think it sounds so lovely. I love F names, and I have been reading about F names being on the rise. I have 2 F names myself, so I was ahead of the curve there. So get in early with Flint if you like it. Next is a gender neutral name, but I really like it for girls, and that is the name Clove. So I've talked about the name Clover before, but clove by itself is of course a spice and is really well associated with this time of year. But clove is of course a tree as well, so clove trees are recognised by their large leaves and red flowers. So a gorgeous fall name for autumn. Apparently the flower buds were one time the most valuable and expensive products in the world. Isn't that interesting to know? I never knew that about clove. What do you think of it? We use clove in lots of different parts of our life, and I think it just sounds really lovely. And a daring alternative to, again, an Olivia and olive, clove sounds really wearable to me. And I like the fact that it's got the word love in it as well, because things like that really cheer me up. Next name is gender neutral, and it is the name Indra. So there are 4 boys named Indra last year and 3 girls, and it's a Sanskrit name which are getting really popular, and it means possessing drops of rain. So what a perfect autumn name, and such a romantic one, Indra. I really like it. I know a few Indies, but Indra is so much more unique. In the Hindu religion, Indra is the warrior of rain and sky, and it's mainly used as a boy name in India, but I just think it sounds so lovely. So yeah, what an amazing name. What do you think of the name Indra? Do you see it as more as a boy or a girl name? And I think it perfectly fits an autumn baby. The next name is such a pretty girl name. I've never heard it and I love it, and it is the name Illuma. Illuma, isn't that so stunning? So there was some debate online whether or not this is a made-up name or if it is a genuinely old Hebrew name, but the sound of it in Hebrew, the meaning of it is a sheaf of grain at harvest, which is why it is a perfect autumn name. So yeah, apparently it did peak apparently in the 1930s. It was a well used name, but it is totally unranked now, and that means well used in America, actually, not in the UK. I've not heard it. It can also mean young girl, so it's very linked to a girl name, Illuma. So Luna is really popular. Lumi is such a good nickname, Illuma. I just love it. It sounds a lot like light, that it would have a light meaning as well. What do you think of the name Illuma? Would you use it? I think it is stunning. I love this name for boys, and it is the name Wyndham. So it's a very old English name, and it's definitely got that surname as first name. Cool, but it means from a windy village. I just think it is so perfect, like for autumn, like from a windy village. It just takes you to the Cotswolds straight away, and that kind of like big jumpers, hot drinks, Wyndham. I think it's really cool. I think a lot of these make amazing middle names because they are quite rare, and many of us are not really brave to use them as a first name. But if you imagine somebody like Alex Wyndham, whatever, Alex Wyndham Jones, it just works really well because it's got that sort of strong ending, but it's the softness of the W sound as well. I think it's a really trendy one. It is unranked at the moment, but it was coming up in a lot of name lists. So I think you need to get in there quite fast. If you want to have a unique autumn themed baby name, you could go with Wyndham. Next is a Scottish name which can be used for boys or girls, and I think this is one that's really popular here on my channel, and it's the name Lennox. So I really like it. Lennox is a Scottish name related to the elm tree, which is why it works really well as an autumn name. It means many elm trees or elm tree grove. So it's a really lovely woody, outdoorsy, foresty type of name, Lennox, and it's got the strong X at the end. So I said it was named for 105 boys last year and just 18 girls. But I think with Lennon becoming much more popular for girls, Lennox is going to be hot on its heels, and it's obviously got their music association as well with Annie Lennox. So yeah, really good all-rounder. The strong X is super cool. Definitely brings to mind like falling leaves, being outdoorsy, and the elm tree I looked up is a really interesting tree with lots of symbols actually. So I'm just looking at my laptop. So in Germanic and Norse mythology, the first woman, Embla, was made from elm. So it's really kind of interesting, that, isn't it? In Japanese mythology, the chief goddess was born from an elm. So it's kind of very much got this kind of like first woman, strong female vibe going for it. So if you're having your first daughter, then yeah, maybe Lennox, and that's quite a cool meaning for her, and you could decorate her room with like little elm trees. I so would. And I've got one more name which is actually a boy name, and it is the name Van. So Van was given to 4 boys, and I think that this is one that you guys are going to like. It sounds really cool with the V in it, but it's a Vietnamese name meaning cloud. So for cloudy autumn days, if you're a little autumn baby, I think Van is a cool one. I can just see this becoming a name that's going to boom soon, because I just think it's really on trend. I love the fact that in Hebrew the name Van means God is gracious, but also in Japanese the word is linked to literature, culture and writing. So it's got a lot going for it as a name meaning, but such a simple name. isn't it? Van. I think it could really appeal to so many of you. So wanted to throw it in there as well as an extra wild card. What do you think of the name Van? So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these autumn baby names. As I said, I will link last couple, maybe it's 2 years ago, I'll link that one below. There were some more gorgeous autumn names that I couldn't duplicate, so I just copied myself. Don't forget to leave some more of your own ideas in the comment section below, and I'll be chatting to you all tonight. Lots of love, and I will see you next Baby Name Monday. Bye guys.